All right, we're doing priest. We are gonna do priest back to back. We'll change the title. Can we get two priest 12 wins in a row? Easy peasy. And yeah, Kung Fu wants to see priest. Easy. This is actually a really good one. So Moss Horror is this weird swingy minion that I never play around in arena. It's less impactful than mind control tech, but it's kind of like Geist, where just every once in a while with your board position really wrecks you. But I don't want to take it to try to play around. In Priest, it might be the best. Is there because of its big health? But we're going to start with a Holy Water. This gives us a good idea of what the deck's going to look like. I'm going to miss Phantom Militia, but that's okay. Ravencaller, easy choice for me. Huge Ravencaller fan. Let's do it. Death Speaker, though, is probably a better card, right? If you look at the card themselves, the Death Speaker is so solid right here at like a 7.5, maybe an 8. Ravencaller could be a 10, or it could be like a 3, depending on the two guys it gives you. But we need luck. We need to make the most out of it. So we're going to take the Ravencaller because once or twice in this draft, in this arena run, it is going to, I guarantee you, it is going to give me something that I need, even if it's just an Elven Archer. How many times have we sat on Ravencaller and said, Elven Archer is all we need right now? And then, out of the 53 1-drops, we only have 2 chances, but pow! There you go. You get the Elven Archer. It's really crazy how often it can help you out. So we want late game control. So we're looking for in Priest. We're looking for mind control. We're looking for Obsidian Statue. We're looking for cards that get us there. Because of that, a strong curve is really important. But so is destroying silver swords. It's down to these two. We don't have a 5-drop yet. Let's take this and hope we don't regret that when we see a different 5-drop. I do like Rotten Apple a lot, but since we're going to be a little bit aggressive and we're going to get to late game with other ways, we're going to take the Egg Napper. The eggs have been really good for us. In our Warlock draft, we actually had the Dinosaur Egg, the one that added a random dinosaur to your hand, the one that turned into a 5/5 dinosaur, and the Egg Napper. And together, they were just such an excellent combo. We really got far with those guys. So we will take that. Okay, here's a huge taunt. Not the biggest fan of the Enton, but we'll take it for now. Okay. I don't think we want a second Holy Water. So when Witchwood first came out, I was so hyped about Holy Water in Arena. And the meta has gotten so aggressive. You already saw it with the Warrior tonight, and with a lot of the other classes we're playing with. Sitting on these can get you in a lot of trouble. It doesn't have an immediate effect until, like, I don't know, even at best turn 6 you can kill a 1-drop, right? So I'm thinking we want the Shadow Word Pain to sit on, but we don't have a 4-drop yet, and the Chain Gang is just so reliable. Okay, there it is. So Free from Amber fits in that category of late game swings too. It's less reliable than mind control. So we're going to take the mind control and hope we get another free from amber just to cheese it a little bit. So these are both great 2-drops. It is sad to pass up on the card draw because very often you really get behind somebody who even just has 2 card draws, right? Manatide Totem is insane. Arcane Intellect and Mimic Pod can put them really far ahead. So hopefully we see another Power Word Shield. We have to take the Elemental just because of the way it can work with an early mind control, or the Elemental tag could help us. I don't think there's any Elemental chains that come directly from Priest, but Servant of Kalimos gives us a Elemental Discover. This guy is probably the best Echo in the arena. On the 12-win arena run, we had the what's the priest that does damage, makes your healing deal damage instead? I forgot her name, but with Squashling, that's an insane combo. It's actually really good. So I think we take the Shadow Madness. It's situational. Like last week, we were playing against a priest who took the exact card I was talking about use their lifesteal to hurt themselves, and then ping their own minion. So it can be a little confusing. It's not the easiest card to use, guys. It's not the easiest card to use Shadow Madness, but you're watching a pro here. I will show you how we use Shadow Madness. This guy's insane snowbally, but not in Priest. Terrible in Priest. Even the legendary weapon doesn't have an attack, so we're not likely going to attack anything this game. There is a situation in which we end up with a card that we steal from their deck, Thought Steal or something like that, and then we use that to get a DK that might get us a weapon, right? There is a small chance we get a weapon. It's not as reliable as some lifesteal or the cleric. I really like the cleric. I think we need one lifesteal here though. A solid 3/3 is a little bit more reliable. Okay, I want a poison really bad. This guy is really low on the poison list for me though, like super low. The 1/5 taunt is better. My favorite is the basilisk and the wasp. I don't think we need the sneaky devil. I think we need the elemental to get some better trades in here. So this card can be good. This card is going to be good if we make it to 7 wins, right? If we make it to 7 wins, we're going to be against a control warlock who has a twisted nether. We're going to be against a control priest at some point who has a mind control. We're going to play against a mage who has a flame strike. All of these things are possible if we make it later in an arena run with the probe. The problem is getting there, and I think getting there we try to make Mirage Caller work. Now, our death rattle so far is only these little guys. So maybe it's not worth taking here. The value, so this is a 1-for-1 card with the possibility of getting their best spell and then obviously the possibility of getting their worst. That's clear in there. This guy late game is a guaranteed 2 more minions, where if we get a looter it could be a card draw, if we get a bone drake it could be a dragon. I mean, we've seen bone drakes, they're pretty regular. Even with egg napper it's not the best with these two. That's what makes me sit on it a little bit, but we're looking for late game right now. We're starting to get a little bit of a bump here in the curve. Squashling is more late game, so looking at that curve is a little misleading. The rest of these 3 drops are great on turn 3 though. Unless we're behind, the Raven Caller is not the best, but could help us catch up. So we're going to take the Mirage Caller, and we're going to find some good death rattle. We really would like an Obsidian statue, so keep your eyes out for that. Okay, speaking of 3 drops, Divine Spirit is so hit or miss. Like, you have games where this card wins it for you. If I get this on Hungry Etten, it's just ridiculous, right? It requires them to pull some random poison out of their butt. It doesn't even die to meteor. It requires one of their silences. So this guy could get us someplace good, but most of our minions right now have 1 health, right? We've got we've got a lot of 1 health here. So I think we take the Imp Master for just a healthy 3 drop, and we move along with it. Man. So we probably don't want the Leper Gnome. He's been neutered so bad by missing the attack because of his combo abilities. Like, I wish that they would have a little bit of a different card pool for Arena. Not the cards that they made specifically for Arena, because those didn't really work. But how about have Leper Gnome be what he's supposed to be for the Arena, right? We're not going to cheat him out like they do and get him back a million times like they could do in Standard. How about make him 2 attack in Arena? How about make Bone Mare 7 drop? I don't know, that's still really good. Okay, maybe I did apply to be game director for Blizzard. If they hire me, I promise you I will, in Arena, add 1 attack to Leper Gnome. I just feel too bad for the guy. Can we make the Spellstone work? I think we try to, just because of how bad these guys are, right? I think we have to try. Plus, there is a chance that we get a spiteful summoner, and we get one of these guys here, right? What do we have less than that? We've been avoiding the lower spells, which means maybe I pass up on Thought Steal, but I think Thought Steal is probably the best of these. Holy Fire can be good, but we've already got a Holy Water, which kind of has the same hit. Oh man, I don't know if I can pass up on the second power word shield. And Glimmerroot is extremely good in standard, right? You're looking at the cards and you're saying this guy's deck is a serious deck. It has Flame Strike over Book of Specters and Snap Freeze, right? Like sometimes Glimmerroot is extremely easy to figure out. In the arena, it's much riskier to assume you're getting the card, and it does give you better information though, right? Because if you say, oh, he's got a Flame Strike, I want a Flame Strike too, and he doesn't have a Flame Strike, that can be really good information for you too. I don't think we need 2 Radiant Elementals unless we end up in one of those ridiculous spots you see online where people thought steal the bell and go crazy on that. We could maybe get there. Okay, I'm gonna take the Glimmerroot. I might be really sad about the shield though. We're gonna have to do it. Even with all these minions so far, the lone champion is so good. But the Rook will most likely have taunt, which is nice. But we've got the Hungry Utton, we've got the Chain Gang. I think we go a little aggressive and get the Death Speaker to work. Plus, I already passed up on a Death Speaker for our Raven Caller. I feel kind of bad about that. Oh no. I don't want to have 2 Spellstones, do I? Is there is there any world where I want 2 Spellstones? I mean, maybe. What do our 6 drops look like? Oh man, this guy's just so bad. You know, for the longest time, I thought his shoulder pad was his hat, like a what are those called? Mitre hats or whatever, like the Pope wears. Thought his head was kind of tilted this way, and there was a thing coming out there, like he's a gangster. He's a gangster Archmage. He's got his hat on the side. Now that I see it on a computer, I don't think that. It's just on the phone, you know? I thought maybe he was so aggressive his hat was kind of falling off. You can see what I'm talking about, right? This guy can get a lot going on turn 1. Is that the kind of game we want to play here, though? Is that the kind of game we have to play? I mean, we don't have anything on turn 1, but we're okay with that, right? Plus, we might get the crystalline. Okay, we're gonna make the Spellstones work, guys. We're gonna make the Spellstones work. I like the idea of having a second Holy Water, but not over our first Militia. 2 Shadow Madness can be very triggering to somebody too. So I think we might have regretted that. I don't know. This one's an easy choice for Owl. I'm just going to talk about it for 1 sec. I love every single arena deck we run to have 1 silence. Priest is one of the few classes that has a spell that silences. They get flat old silence, 0 cost, silence something. It's really good. So, but since we don't have that yet, we're going to take the Owl. Let me fresh Priest run. Let me update this for anybody who's stopping by. Can we go back to back on the Priests? Not in like a weird way. Alright. There we go. People who are stopping in for the run. I don't want to make them think that we're still running the mage. It ended prematurely. We got prematurely pyroblasted. I think we were trying too hard. So we had to pass up on a Shadow Word Pain already. But I'm still holding on to hope that we get a Spiteful Summoner because we have 2 Spellstones. Oh man, I guess we take the Shadow Word Pain. I can't pass it up. Mind Vision? What's our 5-drop look like? Just those? Alright, Valkyr is easy here. We already have 1 Thought Steal. I don't think we need the Spirit Lash. I don't think we need it. Our 3 drops are insane. What do our 4 drops look like? Just the Chain Gang? Alright, that's an easy one. I wouldn't mind a second Thought Steal, but over that, I don't think it's worth it. It's always good to have at least one drop, right? But I think the ceiling of Mind Vision, especially if we can get it to give us something with our Spellstones, is kind of interesting. Like, we can hold on to this late game and use it with when we have this guy in our hand, or until we stabilize with our 3 drops. I mean, our 3 drops are going to really give these guys the run for their money, and that's what you want. You also want late game to help with that. So if we could get an Obsidian statue here, guys, or a Lich King. I mean, how about a Lich King? Why not a Lich King? 4K no. Except maybe with the collar. Maybe with the collar? Is Obsidian statue better than Lich King? Can I get away with saying that? On record? I don't know if I can. I kind of hate the Mastodon. I kind of hate it. I also think Meat Wagon is really bad though. Like really bad, especially since we don't have. If we had the 4-drop Elemental that's 0/5, it can pull them from your deck, and then it's good early on. Then it's got at least a little bit of a combo. Plus, do we want it coming back with our Caller? Oh man, we need a good Death Rattle here, guys. Guess we get another solid 3-drop. This can get us something, especially since we somehow became a terrible Spellstone deck. I don't remember when that happened. Do we have a healthy 2-drops? Nah, he's good. He's too good to pass up. Oh, there we go. Now we're looking at a pick. I don't think we have a dragon for our Duskbreaker, which is fine because we've got to get ahead. Wow, we didn't get a Bone Drake even? That's tough. So there is a world where we use our Shadow Priest to steal a Death Rattle and then get it back, right? So we could get like a Loot Hoarder out of this guy. That's really good. And I think since we don't have the late game to cap it off, Psychic Scream is really good if we get behind. But if we get behind, we're super screwed. So we need this guy instead to steal like a Stonehill Defender or something. Okay, this curve looks good. Not sure we're gonna get to 12 on this guy though. We'll see. I like the like that we have a silence. I like that we have a weapon destruction. Our spells could get us there late game if we're lucky with the spell stones, right? If we get back the Hungry Etten, then the value is pretty much worth it. But we've got a lot of 3-drops that we don't want to get back a Ravencaller, for example. We didn't get a Stonehill Defender, which doesn't even give us the hope of getting a statue. We didn't get a Bone Drake, so we don't have the hope of getting a dragon. So it's going to come down to Ravencaller getting us a lot of external value here.